You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, King Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Vampire Diaries After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Vampire Diaries After Show.
Yo, what up, AfterBuzzers? Bing is for doing, and we are doing another AFTERBUZZ TV After Show for the Vampire Diaries. Break on through Season 3, Episode 17, and this is how I like my Vampire Diaries episodes.
Yes.
This is what I want to see.
Yes.
Last week, Snore, and I was kind of nervous because we did kind of like really trash on the episode. And sometimes the fans out there, you guys get upset with us, but we're speaking the truth. And you guys heard us, and you ranted along with us. Yes. Everyone hated last week's episode. It was so bad.
I did read a lot of the comments, and thank you guys for leaving them. We always appreciate reading them and seeing them.
Yes.
And again, guys, feel free to call in, please. Like at the beginning of the message, we do have phone line. If you have an opinion about it, we love to hear it. But yes, last week blew, and this week was a blow job.
No, literally.
It was amazing, and I absolutely loved this weekend.
We got murder, sex, scary. I mean, like, we got everything. Yeah. Now, before we start, I just want to say, Brittany brought up comments. Guys can follow us at AFTERBUZZ TV, and you can also follow us on iTunes, and we would really appreciate it. We know you guys are watching the videos on YouTube, but we'd really appreciate if you guys go to iTunes, subscribe to us, download our podcast. It's free. Rate us, comment on us. I mean, you guys already are. The comments on that are ridiculous. So we love it, and we read them every week. So please do that on iTunes.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into this damn episode. I mean, so last week we started Abby. She was bitten, so now she's in transition right now. So
this was one part of the episode that I didn't like. I didn't really get it. I don't really get the point of the storyline. I kind of think it's a way, because we've seen in the past, Kat Graham kind of disappears. Kat Graham has her music career. Right. She has like all this other stuff going. I think it could potentially be a way to kind of get her out of there sometimes.
Do you think so? Do you think that this is where it's going to go with that?
Yeah.
I mean, but if her
because, like, the mom's, like, leaving, but I think now she's going to find the mom. I don't know. I don't think there's really any... There's no backstory. I don't know. I don't really get it.
Well, besides whatever kind of things are going on with her personal life as an actress, I just think the storyline sucks.
Yeah.
I never got that attached to her mom to begin with.
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
I don't really feel the need to follow this storyline. I'm kind of like, snooze, 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 get back to Damon. I just don't think it's that interesting because I liked it, when Carolyn switched, came over.
Yeah.
That was interesting because we liked Carolyn and we saw something different. We saw her turn into this kind of ditzy blonde to someone kind of taking control and having this position of power. And I liked watching that. I don't know Bonnie's mom. Hey, Bonnie's mom, I don't know you.
But do you think that they're doing that in the sense of Bonnie doesn't know her mom, so it's almost making us feel that same type of connection? So my question is, are you going to be able to grow with Bonnie? Like, do we want Bonnie to find that relationship with the mom?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm asking you guys. Do you want that as a Vampire Diaries fan?
Well, that's up to the writers.
Just thinking about the storyline, I think it just was kind of to emphasize kind of the message of this episode. It was very like parental. It was about like how Caroline at the end says you don't want to lose a parent, and kind of that scene with Elena like at the end in her kitchen and dining room, and it's like completely empty because obviously Alaric's like gone off the wagon. And so she doesn't, and that's why she called Jeremy at the end, because she doesn't have any parents. And so I think it's it was that kind of whole thing, like you don't want to lose a parent. And maybe for us to realize Caroline saying that made us feel more sympathetic towards Elena. Do you know what I'm saying?
But I don't know, like, don't you guys I already feel sympathetic. This whole series, I'm just like, oh, this poor girl. Like, even when she screws it up, it's like, oh, girl, just want to pet her.
Maybe just
but
to
I'm asking
emphasize
you guys,
that
do
fact,
you guys, as fans of Vampire Diaries, because we feel for Caroline, we feel for everyone, we feel for Tyler, we feel for all these people, but do we feel for Bonnie? Do we want Bonnie to have that connection, or do we just honestly not care about that? We just want to see Bonnie do magic.
As
a fan,
I definitely care for her connection, and I know that she lost her grandmother, and I cared at that moment when she lost her grandmother, and she was devastated because her grandmother was her mother.
Right.
And I know she wants to reconnect with her mom, and her mother had lost her witch power, so I know she wanted to kind of help her get it back. So I do care. I just, right now at this point, I'm not as into that storyline.
Well, now another question.
Can I just answer your question? I think if I had known Bonnie's mom a little bit more, kind of going off what you said earlier, I would care more. If I had understood, if it wasn't like I left because I didn't really know what to do or whatever. Whatever happened. Why did Abby leave again? Oh, because of the Wickery Bridge situation. Whatever happened, if I cared more about Abby, I'd kind of care more about, and I'm not a huge fan of Bonnie. I don't know. I just don't. I think the strongest parts of the episode are always the love triangle, the mystery part of it, the vampire scenes, the thing, and then seeing how Bonnie and her powers intertwines with all of that. So I don't know. I just don't care as much.
You're not into it. Got it.
Well,
yeah.
But I mean,
which I agree. It's just, we'll see. I do care eventually if it gets better and there's just a little bit more to see. But right now, I'm not that into it.
To me, the plot line that I'm getting from this, with the whole her turning into a vampire, is we don't care that she was a witch and doesn't have her powers now, and we don't care. Like you just said, we don't care about Abby.
Yeah.
But now she's bitten, and now we're seeing, and we already know the transition of becoming a vampire.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's almost getting us acclimated to know her, to like her, to feel what Bonnie's going through, because we already know what it feels like to go through that transition. So it makes her a little more relatable in that sense. But now she's running away, and I don't know if it's going to be Bonnie running after her or...
Yes, I can definitely.
You think Bonnie's going away for a little bit?
I think that. Oh, I think it's definitely going to go for this. She is all excited that her mom's going to stay because she's starting to feel a better relationship with her mother. Now she's able to almost forgive Elena because she's bonding with her mother more, and so she would actually embrace Elena at the very end of the episode. She's feeling, she's like, please just forgive me, and she's like, I do.
Which you were like, oh girl, get over it.
Oh, I am like, Bonnie.
Do we honestly think Bonnie has any like Caroline says she understands? I don't find any understanding in it.
No, I mean,
it's not Elena's fault.
Elena's fault. Her boys did what they had to do to keep Elena alive. Once again, sorry.
I thought Bonnie would be used to that, and Bonnie was the one who kept Elena alive. Like Bonnie was the proponent in all of that, of keeping Elena alive, of doing everything she could to keep Elena alive.
Elena had nothing to do with it. If you want to be mad at anyone, don't ever talk to Damon and Stefan again.
Exactly.
Just don't talk to him.
Which she's tried that how many times?
but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
over them and their little situation.
Yes. Let's get on to the good
the juice, the meat of the damn episode.
Alaric. Yes.
This was like a horror, like that, with them running up the stair, with her running up the stairs with him. It's really crazy because
it was so Scream 1989.
I read a script that's based off of Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde, like the double personalities. So when and that's like been like haunting me. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, it's like that double personality. Like, and I think it like props to Matt Davis. Like he switched it really quickly because we've seen him be kind of, because you saw that when he turned, he was like charming in a way. He was that like creepy kind of charming. Yeah. And we've seen him be nice and kind of flirtatious like he was with Jenna.
And I like that you don't know all the time.
Yeah, but it was different that I liked. That it wasn't like, okay, we actually do kind of know that he has hit this switch. That it is.
Right.
Yeah.
He was still like, you know, when she asked about his coffee.
Yeah.
And he just kind of.
He still answered the question. He gave into it.
No, I don't need cream. Or, you know, just kind of went with it. Yeah, I like his.
Which is interesting because it's almost the same way that Sage taught Damon how to lure people in. You charm them, you give them a little bit of what they want, and then right when they don't expect it,
you attack.
Yeah.
Bam. Speaking of Alaric,
but she knew, by the way.
What do we think about with him in the MRI machine?
Oh, but did you see his eyes change?
That's what I'm talking about. But it freaked him out.
Yeah.
It's like he got a glimpse of the scary side or what's inside of him. And he saw it and it really scared him, which that was brand new. And I loved that part. I was like, oh my gosh. It was kind of a little black swan with that.
Yeah.
Seeing a little bit like, oh, who is inside him?
This, I know you might hate me for it, but this isn't, because as I just said before, like I love the love triangle. So this isn't my favorite storyline ever, but
this is my worst storyline ever of Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, it's not.
I hate this storyline.
I'm going with it, and I think they're doing kind of a good job. They made it into an exciting episode.
Exactly.
Right.
They made it an exciting moment, and they did a good job with it. I don't know. I like the love triangle. It's so juicy. There's so much there. And
there
it's
isn't
just
that much, though. I don't think we can't make this whole story about that.
Forever.
Otherwise, it's like...
I completely... But here's why I think they're doing this. I didn't get it until I found out that Matt Davis was cast in a pilot.
Well, right. You said that last week.
Yeah, I said that last week. So I kind of hate that when it's like, okay, we're doing this to kind of get rid of him. But it's kind of good because it's not going to be like one episode and some crazy twist happens that comes out of nowhere and all of a sudden he's gone.
No, they've made the whole season pretty much about this.
Yeah, but I wish it wasn't kind of the A story. I wish this was kind of like a B story or a C story more of.
But I'm kind of glad it is because at the same time, it's like, I like that they give us these breaks from this love triangle. And I love that we got another triangle tonight.
And I want to definitely touch base on both of those comments, is that I agree. We all love the A storyline, which is the love triangle. I mean, that's why we watch the show. That's what we feed off of it. We love it. But you have to, it can't always be that way or it's going to get really old really quick. So I think this isn't that terrible of a side storyline. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not my favorite, but I mean, my favorite one is always a love triangle.
No,
so
but the way they're executing this, I think.
I like it.
I think it's grown us.
I'm digging it.
Because we didn't like Dr. Fell at first. We kind of didn't know where she was going with this storyline. And now I can kind of see, even though I haven't really grasped onto her character, I'm riding with it. I'm going strong with it.
The reason I'm liking her more is because I know me and David have talked about this before, is that she always plays the psycho. Tori DeVito always plays the psycho. So I like seeing her in this new kind of character, in this new light, in this kind of nicer, she wants to help. And I'm actually believing her. I don't know. Part of me thinks, okay, she might flip a switch. There's probably something more to the story, because there always is. But I am liking she does really want to help.
I definitely don't hate her, and I used to.
Yeah.
So that's a plus.
She's grown us, and I think, we also got to give credit to the writing of this show because, the way that they've made her look like she was the bad guy and then flip it to make it be Rick. It's genius.
Yeah.
And what we did learn tonight is that, Samantha Gilbert, apparently, she went crazy wearing the ring. And we found out that she went a little nuts she was nuts when she wasn't wearing the ring. And like Stefan said that she went, she did a lobotomy with a knitting needle on herself.
That was weird.
Love that.
That was like, I was just like, what is
expressed
going
here, those Vampire Diaries.
Just did a lobotomy with a knitting needle.
What? That was kind of like the weird part. What else?
I loved it.
Well, what do you guys think about the whole Damon, the whole Stefan and Elena situation? Now, we had last week the Stefan going through his little withdrawals and whatever, and today we saw him overcome that after the little horror movie scene.
I do think they did a good job intertwining it.
I thought it was way too quick. And I would have liked to have seen Elena be like, Stefan, no.
I thought she was going to be like, Stefan, get out.
Other than him being like...
But he had to save her.
No, because he had to do it himself. I think that's the whole thing. He has to do it himself. No one, like, Elena can't save him. Elena tried to save him. Damon's tried to save him. Like
when Elena was in the bathroom, she said, "You're going to be okay."
Yeah.
I took that as she was saying that to Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
But Stefan looked up at her. Did you see that double right there where Stefan looked up like, "Are you saying it to me? I am going to be okay." Gave her the blood and then walked out.
Really? I didn't, but that's a good point. I did, because I kind of thought, I don't know, I knew once the whole altercation between Alaric and Meredith happened, I knew Stefan was going to be the one to come and save the day. I don't know.
Oh, I mean,
yeah.
Damon was busy.
Damon was busy having a threesome. So
when we were watching it together, I was, you both know, I was sitting there yelling while we were watching it going, where's Stefan? Where's Stefan? Because they figured it out while they were in the apartment that the ring, or they didn't figure out, but he just let Elena know that the ring, when her Samantha Gilbert went crazy, she wasn't wearing the ring. And so that kind of was like, oh crap. I think we need to go back home.
Well, then they find the pictures.
How it really intertwines his story with her, all the blood. I think it, because like I was saying before, it has kind of been I don't know, kind of a separated storyline. All of Alaric. This whole Alaric thing has kind of been.
Yeah, and they use.
It's been like the whole murder
Alaric
mystery, like the whole thing, and it hasn't really. It's only been really with Elena's parental issues that's been the only long-lasting effect on this storyline. But I liked how they intertwined it.
Well, murder mystery solved. Alaric's doing it. We have it right in our face this episode. We really figured it out. We know it now. It's not a mystery. It's not a question. So he is. So now the question is
the pictures in the letter to Jeremy.
That is a mystery.
He's going after all the founding families.
Right. So that is the only thing now that's kind of got a big question mark behind it, is what we think about that.
What do you guys think about as far as the picture, as far as the letter to Jeremy? I mean, we know what the pictures
Here's the thing I was trying to figure out. It makes sense also what he said to Meredith when he had flipped the switch, kind of, that she's a founding family and they all. So it's obvious he's hunting founders. And I'm trying to think of like what exactly the reason is.
I think it's a dark, evil darkness.
Spirit.
It's just spirit. It's like, I was trying to think, do the founders have something to do with his wife? That there's like still revenge there? I don't really know.
Well, definitely. I mean, he said clearly to Dr. Phil, how can you just turn your back on the vampires? Do you ever feel remorse?
Yeah, that's what. No, but I'm saying, what is that necessarily? I know maybe because Damon, who's a Salvatore, who's a founding family, is the one who turned his wife. Maybe that could have something to do with it. I analyzed the whole Jeremy thing because he didn't know until Jeremy was long gone that the ring possesses him. So I think the note to Jeremy meant Jeremy's the only one that can save the town because Jeremy's not a vampire and Jeremy can't be killed by vampires. So he's the only one that can make things better because he is the only one with a ring.
I thought he wrote all that when he was in his demonic state.
Me
and
too.
was kind of giving Jeremy the lesson to keep going.
Like almost he kills himself, if he kills Alaric, then it will go into Jeremy. Like it passes on. That's where I'm thinking it might go.
I don't know if it passes on. I think that anyone that's not already dead, like vampires are dead, they wear the ring, so they're already dead. I think that someone that's like Jeremy, it's eventually going to happen to him. But I think if he keeps wearing it, it just possesses humans that wear it over a certain
But this
amount of time.
same spirit, do you guys think that it can possess Alaric
I don't even know if
and
it's
Jeremy
I
at the
think it's
same
just,
time?
There's multiple demons and spirits and everything out there. So I mean, I think it's like that many times that you die, you're cheating death so much. We're gonna go to Final Destination style with this. You cheat death so much that then you're opening up your spiritual whatever for something evil to come in because you die.
No,
you are dead, and you keep getting brought back.
Yeah.
So I think that is something that can just happen to anyone that wears a ring. And obviously, if you get something demonic in you, now it's going to try to.
But this demonic. The only reason I'm saying how the demonic spirit might be one is because there's a mission, and the mission is to kill all of the founders.
Yeah.
So the only reason I'm saying for it to go from one person to the other, the same spirit having to do with that ring, obviously maybe has something to do with the witches or.
Well, the whole spell was for witches. They put on the rings was for so vampires can walk in daylight.
Right.
Am I correct? Right.
Yes.
Right. So that's of course then going back on. And the founding members are always ones who are now also the ones that aren't vampires trying to kill off the vampires. So maybe it has something to do with just anyone that's against vampires. Since the ring was helped to save vampires, they just want to.
We don't need a flashback episode.
But also the thing is too.
No,
give us a flashback.
Please don't.
But
Please
also
don't.
the thing is too, if it was like they said it in the original flashback episode, which I think was a good flashback episode because it really told you needed it. But when the mom said, we want to turn make our kids immortal, the other witch says, but that's going against nature.
Mm-hmm.
And witches are the servants of nature. And so I think it's kind of...
Which is interesting because they touched upon that with Bonnie tonight.
Yeah,
again.
and because how they have this connection with nature. So I think it's maybe kind of going against the witches. The spell that these witches put on it went back, kind of went reverse, like had repercussions of because they're cheating death. That is something against nature.
Question, going back to Bonnie and Abby, do we think something bigger might happen in the sense that since Abby is a witch and of that bloodline, now that she's a vampire, since that goes against nature, might be something bigger than just...
Well, that is what she said when she can't feel the earth and she's a witch, so it's almost it's not natural. You know, those are kind of witches and vampires are kind of
Polar opposites.
Total, like one does not respect the other, and they're just very opposite. It's just a different thing. So I think for a witch to be turned into a vampire, it's not going to be an easy transition, which it hasn't been. It's like you said, she can't feel the earth anymore. She can't. Things are even more foreign than they are to other people who, like Bonnie, kind of took it. I mean, Carolyn pretty much took it great.
Yeah.
She kind of owned it.
Well, and here's the other thing I noticed about Caroline. Caroline is the only vampire, because they always say vampires don't have feelings. She's the only vampire that actually, to me, does have feelings. Like, she never lost that humanity.
Right.
And maybe it's because her father did that to her, you know, with the whole, no, you have to lose your father. And
I think it was, but here's the thing. We saw that she still had feelings and that she still, before she lost her father. I think that was kind of to show that there's maybe a different kind of vampire. Not all vampires are like this. And I think, who was it? Maybe it was Rose who said, like, the switch, you can try to switch it on as much as you on and off, or you can switch it off, but it really doesn't work. They still have feelings. They all still... Caroline was the only one who really stayed the same. Mm-hmm. I think that is what... And I think she just got more confident.
well, I think another person who shows their feelings and who tries so hard to turn it off is Rebecca. I think Rebecca is a sweetheart. I think that she...
Yeah.
I don't know why there's so much still animosity toward, like, you know, Damon wanting to kill Rebecca in this episode. This is what doesn't make sense to me. I'm kind of like...
Because she's the only...
pot?
Because... Wait, first of all, I have to... Are we getting into this whole storyline?
We're getting into the sex sandwich.
Here is what I love about the Vampire Diaries. And I don't think it's happened for a really long time. And it's one of the first things that I was like, why this show is brilliant.
Well, actually, before we get there, we have a caller on the line that we're going to put through. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you from?
It's David Skipoliti.
David Skipoliti.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah.
everybody. How's it going?
We miss
Good,
you.
we miss you.
Miss you, too.
Did you get to watch the episode?
I didn't get to watch the episode because I am in a dress rehearsal at the moment.
Dress rehearsal for
Like, you know-
what? Tell all of your fans.
I am doing Showgirls, the 30-minute musical, this Friday and Saturday at the
Yay.
Lounge Theater.
Love Showgirls.
At the Lounge Theater, where can they get
At
tickets?
the Lounge Theater. You can get tickets at brownpapertickets.com.
I want to go.
You should come
I
see me.
will.
It's fun. It's hilarious. It's fast. It's sexy.
Oh,
Love
I love
it.
It's fast and sexy, just like Vampire
Yes.
Diaries. David, you
Just
missed a
like
really
Vampire
good.
Diaries.
You missed a really good episode tonight.
Did I? I'm going to watch it when I get home.
You did.
Yes.
You did. It's definitely a lot better than last week. We all agree. And there's a lot of juice. A lot of good
Okay.
juice.
And a lot of shirtless Damon.
A lot of
Oh my God,
shirtless
Damon turned me on so much tonight. He was so hot. Definitely a good Damon episode.
That it was. That it
And
was.
even Stefan got your
Yeah.
intellectual
Oh,
side.
oh, he did. Oh, God, these boys.
these boys.
But no close.
No Klaus. I know. It's
Where's
sad I
Klaus
missed it.
been? He's on
Klaus
vacation
has been
again.
creating some hybrids. But yeah.
He's
Well,
busy.
I have to run, but I wanted to call and say, have fun without me.
We
Love
love
you.
it, and we
Not
do
as
miss
fun.
you.
We love you.
And
XOXO.
hopefully I'll see you
Gossip
this
Girl.
weekend.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Have fun, you guys.
All right,
bye.
sweetie. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so Emily, what
Okay,
we-
getting back to my point. So from the very beginning, what I loved was a supporting character could say a lot, say something that we thought was of no importance whatsoever.
girl, I'm sorry you lost me. Where are
Okay.
we going with this?
Okay, here's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking
Let me-
about the
okay.
callers out there.
Okay. What I loved is a really small character could say a line of dialogue, something really random that we would have thought had no importance of the show.
Example?
Absolutely no importance. You will see. And tonight we saw that, so Carol comes and then so it says something with no importance, and then that one line we find out changes the entire episode or the entire series.
Right. It's called foreshadowing.
Yeah, but one little line that you would never thought was important.
Right.
Would you have thought that Carol coming up to Alaric saying, "Oh, the history council or the history department said they'd promised the sign, the old Wickery Bridge sign. Do you have it?" And him saying no was going to change the entire thing?
Okay, honestly, I didn't think it was going to change the whole entire thing, but I definitely knew that was something.
You knew as soon as you saw the
100%,
wood
and
burning,
I'm
you were
just saying.
like,
Because
Oh,
it's like,
once
why?
you saw the wood burning. But
No,
at that
no,
moment,
for me, it was
no.
that.
I'm talking about when she asked him, Alaric, she said, "Do you have the sign with you?" And he was like, "I forgot. I've been absent-minded lately." I was like, there's more to that. There's more. Like, I mean, it wasn't just a line brought up in a show just to remind
Because
us
she needs the sign.
that he just that she needs a sign, and that to remind us that he's had memory loss. We already knew all that, so I knew there's a little gonna be a twist
I
there.
thought there was going to be a twist. I thought it was going to be a way of her kind of finding out that there was something wrong with him.
Okay, yeah,
That
I'm
there was
not
going to
saying-
be. I never thought it was going to be this sign
Well, no, I mean,
was
that's-
going to end up like killing
Well, you
the
don't-
original.
I mean, unless you're a psychic or you're one of the
But,
writers
like,
on the show, I
but
don't know
by
how
the
you
way-
would have known that. I mean,
But by the
I
way,
just knew I just knew that was going to be something that was going to foreshadow what was going to later happen in the
Jesse
episode.
can call this. I'm pretty good at predicting stuff.
girl, because you read ahead and you know the damn plot twist.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
that's right.
pretty good. I am pretty good at predicting stuff, I will say. Not only because,
You do
but
your
literally,
research.
No, that was really good. That was good writing, I have to say. That was really good writing.
Well, I mean, it
That
even goes down
from
to Bonnie bringing up, we are the, we feel the earth and all that stuff. That will be brought into a
Yeah.
bigger segment of it. This is, Vampire Diaries is known for that. But beyond that, let's please just get into this juicy sandwich that happened tonight. Sage is randomly here.
3's a party. What? We've got 3 in the studio tonight.
Yes.
Oh, plus Ronnie, so 4. 4's a party.
So basically, Sage is in town, and Sage and Damon, we find out, are pretty close still. 900 years or how many
No, they're
years
not
later.
really, I don't know, close, but they, I don't know, they kind of had a connection in the past, I guess. They
Well,
don't
versus
really,
everyone else in the
right.
town,
Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
a bond. And Sage wants to be helpful.
Which I was very happy about in the
Yeah.
beginning, which I mentioned while we were watching. I was
get-
like, oh, good. Thank goodness we finally have an ally coming to the Salvatores. So I was
And-
excited about her for a
look
minute.
how that turned out.
Yeah.
Always. Can anyone be genuinely trying to help the Salvatores? Because it just doesn't seem like
I'm telling
it.
you, I think Tyler's going to come back bigger, badder,
Yeah.
and better. He has to.
But guess what? He's not going to be bigger, badder. You think he's going to be happy when he finds out Klaus has been hitting on his girl?
Yeah, that's what's going to make him bigger and better. I think that's what's going to really push him over the edge.
We'll get to that in predictions.
So, but beyond that, this whole situation, Sage says, I know how to get into Rebecca's head. So they have this little threesome situation, and Rebecca was very shy at first. You see the jealousy of Damon dancing with Sage, and she said, what about her? And he said, I want you.
That was awesome.
I don't want her. I want you.
I was like, oh my God.
okay.
I want
Although
to
the
be
poor
her.
awkward piano man
Yeah, that was
Poor thing.
Poor
Poor
thing.
humans. God, we get screwed.
tossed away.
Did I not say though? Did I not say that I thought I was like, wait, because you know Sage had that little grin on her face.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I bet she's playing both
You
sides.
did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
You did call that.
Because I was loving her and thinking she's helping, and I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? I don't trust her.
She's not, and I think that was kind of, you said it, you were like, she's a badass. Like, that's what I liked about her.
I like her. I still like her.
I still like her.
She's just
And
she's being
it's
honest about what she wants.
Yeah.
She's just trying to protect what's his name.
Finn.
Finn.
Creepy
Yeah.
Finn.
Creepy Finn.
Creepy
Who
Finn.
wants to kill himself.
So, yeah. But I think it was kind of the same reason, like, probably, because we always see Elena, who's kind of just like, always kind of dramatic and always like, just trying to help the people around her and help this and do this.
Elena is so dramatic.
And that's why
Just
Elena,
make out with
Over her.
Stefan or Damon already, and that's all I need to say.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing that I always loved about Catherine, was she had this attitude, and that's what I love about Rebecca, is
Right.
they kind of stand up to the boys and have
Yeah.
like this, they don't, and I think kind of Elena, even though the boys are fighting over her, I think she kind of is she definitely is in a submissive position with those boys. And I love that those girls come in and they're like, fuck you, we're 900 years old, you guys are babies, don't mess with us.
But I like, though, that they are so jealous about Elena because Elena does have these hold over the
Yeah.
guys, and it's because Elena truly is 100% honest and
Yeah.
loves them and will do anything to fight and keep them alive. And they know that, whereas
Which-
everyone else has their own agenda. Everyone else, like Sage, coming in just to find Finn.
And also, I mean, when it comes down to Sage and Rebecca, they've been around for so long. They've dealt with these guys how many times? Because at first, Rebecca was submissive towards Stefan when he
Yeah.
was the Ripper. You know, this is years and
Kind
years.
of.
I mean, come on. The Ripper
I
versus
guess.
Rebecca,
Yeah.
he had a hold on her.
Yeah. No, she was in love with him. Yeah.
And so when it comes down to it, it's been years and years of just playing the same game over and over again. You get to a point where, okay, no,
But-
you're not going to run me. I'm going to run you, and here's how it's going to
But
go.
here's the thing. I think kind of the jealousy of Elena and that need that we saw in Rebecca, that was something that was really touched on about Rebecca, is how much attention she wants really humanizes them. And it's the same thing with Sage, and it was the same thing with Catherine. That kind of attention that they need from specifically these boys, because those are very human emotions, jealousy. As much as you want to fight it, you can't. So despite how old these girls are, despite how much they've been through,
They're
they
still
do-
girls.
they're
We're
still
still
girls.
bitter bitches.
P.S. Where's Catherine?
We still need attention. Catherine is on a long vacay. That girl girl's got to go get.
I miss Catherine.
She's going to like doing the spa thing in Europe. She's getting her new hair done. She's trying to, get more curls so she doesn't look like Elena.
Exactly.
She's off getting a perm.
She's gonna come back 10 times shades darker.
Yeah,
she's gonna come home with snooky bumps. She's gonna be like,
you know what? Since Elena's living and they're not trying to kill her anymore, I need my own look.
With some new skinny jeans and heels.
Yeah,
and
she's like, I gotta get out of that bitch's shadow.
And also, side note, just something random that Vampire Diaries wanted to share with us tonight. Caroline loves B+ blood. Be positive.
Oh, I love that part. Thank you for bringing that up. I think I made a note on that. I love that she likes B positive. We're going now into True Blood, the True Blood show kind of thing, where they're into B positive, O negative. They got to get them some True Blood on the show, some synthetic blood.
But you know what's funny is that you mentioned that because in the first season, like one of the first episodes, they touched on Twilight. So they've mentioned the whole vampire thing before.
No, they read the book Twilight.
Yeah,
on Vampire
screen.
Diaries.
Yeah, Damon was reading Twilight and
Laughing
he was reading New Moon, and he was like, "I don't get what the big deal is with this Bella girl." And Caroline is like, "Why don't you sparkle in the sun?"
Yeah, that's what.
And he's like, "Because I'm from the real world where vampires burn in the sun."
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
Love
it's
that.
amazing.
Love
So
that.
speaking of burning, what did you guys think when you saw
The fire?
Sage and Rebecca burning the fire? It was almost like, really, bitch, you're
I
on the
didn't care.
bridge burning this little teepee of.
Yeah. Oh, that's the whole tree.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been the smallest oak tree
Don't
ever.
you feel amazingly smart?
I actually didn't even touch. I didn't even connect.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't.
I
knew it wasn't it.
It's
I
like, well, why
kind
did you
of-
bring it up
yeah.
last week if you already burned it?
right. I knew it.
Here's the thing. It's like, it couldn't have, that's kind of one thing I've learned with this show. It can't be that easy. It wouldn't be that easy for them to just burn it.
Nothing's
and
that
then it would
easy.
be over. So it was kind of like, okay, they burned it. Okay, there's definitely something more.
Just like with Alaric, I don't believe that these herbs are gonna just change everything. Watch the herbs bring out the awful watch it have a counter effect. And
Alaric's gone.
Alaric's gone, and now it's this demon thing left. I mean, you never know. That's why we love you guys, Vampire Diaries, is that you never know which twists and turns the show's gonna take. And I'm excited to watch every week because of it.
Me too. And before we get into predictions, I mean, we find that the sign is gonna obviously. Which still to me is just like, I wish the house was built out of house.
That's what we predicted that it was either the witch house or the Salvatore house.
Right.
But once again, I think that would be too easy. That would be like, okay, we can just rip a plank out of our house. And also, it's not like you can't burn down the Salvatore house. Because, sorry, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of
Sorry, CW does not have that kind of money production-wise to have to build an entire new set for the Salvatores.
No, they're all moving in the Gilberts.
Exactly, and I think that and I think the CW is trying to save right now and not having to pay Elena's character to do Catherine and Elena. They're like, all right, we need to cut back on characters. We are adding a lot of new people to the show. Let's send Catherine away for a while because our budget's getting high, paying one person double salary. So I think that's why they put Catherine on hiatus.
And as a matter of
way,
fact,
she
since we
doesn't-
killed Alaric, we're going to bring Elena. You're going to move into the Salvatore's house because we're going to get rid of your house.
Yeah, your house has got to go.
She doesn't get double salary whenever she plays.
Oh, don't take the fun out of it.
It's a joke.
She doesn't get any more money.
And one other thing that I needed to bring up tonight, I think my little segment should just be called unnecessary stuff that this show likes to throw in, and it is very good. One of my favorite parts of the evening is when the unnecessary shower scene between Damon
Oh my God,
and
this is
Sage.
No, it was necessary.
No,
it wasn't
hold on.
because they
It
screwed it up at the
let
end
me-
of the episode. Go ahead,
I'm sorry,
Brittany, go.
this is my segment.
This is RVS, random vampire shit. Go.
Yes, random vampire shit
necessary.
right here. No, not the shower scene. You can put shower water on. First of all, to disprove your point or to debunk it would be just turn the shower on then. If
Well,
that's
no,
all it is.
explain to everyone what you
here
said.
we go, guys. You know, when Rebecca's sleeping, Damon just got out of bed with her, and Sage put her hand on her head and read her thoughts, which I do love that we did not touch on tonight. I like the fact that she can get inside heads, like literally get inside people's heads. So she gets up, she gets naked. Down. Unnecessary action about to occur.
That's true.
She goes, gets into the shower, naked, hair dripping wet, all the steam just blistering, sex, and just sex. And Damon, what? Oh, is it time for us to talk? Let me drop my towel and get in there with you. And the way that she communicates what she got out of Rebecca's head is to make out with Damon. Is that what I need to do to make out with Damon? Just tell him I got to tell him something private? And it's gonna come through tongue. And hold on.
Wait,
and
go ahead.
Still going. This is where it's unnecessary. I love the fact that the shower can. I didn't know. Did anyone else know this? Tweet me if you did. That unnecessary shower noises or blocks out vampire hearing.
Yeah,
when
it does.
was that
I
ever?
I knew that.
How though? Because they screwed it up later.
Here's the thing. I knew that because, first of all, I feel as if that's kind of like a common kind of sense thing. Like every CSI, every CIA.
Nope, they're normal
CIA
people. No, they're normal people.
No,
when I go to the bathroom and there's a guy over in the house, yes, we all turn the water on. We always do that to mask when you pee and stuff. Not with vampires. They hear everything.
Well,
they can hear like 2 miles.
But you can't. But here's the thing. Yeah, when Caroline heard that Abby was awake,
was writing on paper.
She heard something else. There was no shower. It was the water. That's why they turned it on. And maybe because they didn't speak. Maybe that was why.
They did speak in there. She could have heard them
she
conspiring.
Kissed him too. But by the way,
they just wanted them naked in the shower.
I completely agree. But I do think because here's the thing I will say. There's nothing more that a writer hates than to have to explain why they did that. And I really don't think somebody's going to tweet to Julie Plec, why did they end up in the shower? Like, why did they have to do that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think there is kind of...
We all love the shower scene.
Yeah, no one's complaining about
it. Oh my God, it's my favorite scene. My favorite scene of the night, by far, love it. I just want to debunk the fact that vampires can hear through water. As much, you've never heard, even when you turn the water on, everyone still hears you
still
peeing
hear
and pooping.
Bloop.
Or like tinkling. Sorry, vampires can hear through water. Next topic.
On that note, we're going to head to a commercial break, and we will come back with predictions.
AfterBuzz TV. Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after-shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Not next episode.
All right, so we are back, and we are going to head... Before we head into predictions, we do have a little bit of upsetting news. Vampire Diaries, you guys do this to us all the time, but I guess it's episode 17, and we have 22 episodes. So there's gonna be a break, and basically we get next week's episode, and then they're taking a break. They'll be back April 19th.
I need to get a job on Vampire Diaries. They have more vacation times in a year or in like a month.
They stretch that season out.
Again,
no,
CW, hire me.
They're working. Well, it's not on.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but they get a pretty long break.
Just being fun, people.
Fine. Fine.
So, yes, we have one more episode, and then we're taking a break till April 19th.
And that episode,
back.
Tyler's coming back, and apparently the love triangle is blown wide open. Dun, dun, dun.
Girl, the love triangle's been blown open.
Has it? But has it?
On that note, take us into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So basically, all next episode seems like
I didn't like really get much of what happens.
I don't
next
understand
week.
how Damon's gonna get tied up and
Yeah,
stabbed by
I don't like
Rebecca.
Oh, it's all about they have a bunch of stakes to kill the originals. Once again, too easy. We know they're not going to kill all the originals next week. And they're all connected, so they kill one. And we also know Damon's not going to die. But maybe Rebecca will just torture Damon,
it's
which
called
could be
the
a fun...
murder of one.
Yo, because if they murder one, they murder them all.
Right.
Do we think that we will? Well, now Sage has joined the original, so now it's like a super troop versus like
Can
the
I just
Scooby.
say, can I just say that I do want the original family to die soon?
Really?
Yeah.
I actually would not.
I'm kind of over them.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of
mean,
disagree.
It's fine. I'm liking it, I guess, but I'm over it soon. I want something new to come.
But wait,
around.
with the
I'm
white
just
oak,
getting
it
like,
doesn't kill them, doesn't it? Just make them go to sleep.
No, it kills them.
No, it's
So what
the
was the
only
stick
thing
that
that
makes them go
kills.
to sleep?
The dagger, it was a dagger
Made
that
of
it had to be dipped in the ashes of the white oak tree, but it was silver. So that's why it just made them go to sleep. And that's why Klaus couldn't die from it, because a werewolf recovers from silver. Anyways, I don't know. Personally, I like Klaus. I think it's an interesting dynamic.
No, I'm done with Klaus.
I like Rebecca.
2 seasons already. Too much.
I don't think the whole thing should revolve around them. I don't know. We'll see.
I like
We'll see
Rebecca,
what happens.
Elijah.
I like
don't
Rebecca
think they should die. I think
There's just
I like
so
Rebecca
many
and Elijah.
freaking people on the show all the
is.
time.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay,
No.
or give us something new.
something
By
new.
the way,
we need a new bad
yeah,
guy.
I think
Over
I don't
the
think
original.
Finn and Cole are gonna stay around a long time. I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, I think they're obviously not gonna die next week. All the originals. It's just not
So
gonna
what
happen.
do we think's gonna happen with Sage?
Maybe
Sage, 2 more episodes.
Yeah, maybe.
She's gonna learn the truth. She's gonna get devastated when she finds
Yeah.
out that
And
he
then
did
maybe
try
join.
he really was trying to kill himself and doesn't want to be in this world anymore. When she thought he's looking for her. So I number her days.
I feel like Sage will be ready for death soon. Like, will want it. Once she realizes
That's
the
a
truth
good
with
call.
Finn,
Maybe
Which I think if she
she'll
can-
kill herself.
Yeah.
Maybe when she realizes it
and
with Finn.
accepts
Why
everything.
can't if she reads minds? She can get in the heads of the people that know that he wanted to be a part
Because-
of killing himself.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
I
that-
mean-
I did Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, say debunked. Wow, wow. Oh, wow.
And of course, no Matt this episode.
No
that,
Matt.
that fizzled out real quick.
Go Matt.
Wait, do you think Jeremy's going to be coming back anytime soon?
No, I
Oh,
think that,
Jeremy made it quick.
a quick little
He's in college or he's in school.
and
Aw.
getting much more handsome every episode. Every time we
Yeah.
see him,
Yeah.
growing up, he had this little gangster.
He could-
Hey.
I-
He seemed very disconnected though.
Yeah.
Well, he is disconnected from the show.
Well,
Yeah.
he's
Hey,
just pissed
Elena.
about that.
I'll
I think
have fun
that's
and go
kind
to
of
movie.
what he's supposed to be. I think they could end up bringing him back in kind of a cool, mysterious
back.
way.
Maybe for like the last episode, so they all can
Yeah.
fight
Guys,
together.
he's still
and-
wearing that ring. Something's gonna
Yeah.
happen. They're gonna have to bring him back. He's been wearing that ring. He is not going anywhere in this
Yeah.
show.
Oh no, not at all. They do need him. They will pull him back.
Yeah.
And
Elena needs him.
last but not least, do we think Bonnie's going to be gone for the rest of the season to find her mother, or do we think they need her for this final
we
battle?
always have to have Bonnie. So
I
no.
think she will drop in for what she needs. And maybe like we saw a little bit today, the relationship between her and Jamie, the other her.
Which pause? What are you thinking about that little?
I don't care.
Do we
once
think it's
again.
like a love thing? Do we think it's a
Yeah.
brotherly thing? Like
Yeah, it's like, here's the thing.
awkward couple.
Awkward. It's weird. I don't care. Here's the thing. Kat Graham has her music career. I really don't expect to see her that much. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't. So.
Oh, girl, that music career ain't pushing that hard. Love
I didn't even
you.
know she was into music.
Right.
So you should stay on Vampire
Exactly.
Diaries.
So on that note, I can't wait for next week. We will be
Yes.
joined in the studio by all of our hosts. So make sure you guys tune
We
in.
miss you, Billy and David.
Yes, we do. Follow us at AfterBuzz TV. You can follow me at DJ Jesse J.
At Brittany Brower.
M. Harbert.
Make sure you guys tweet us all week long with any of your
And
Vampire
put your
Diaries.
comments
Yes,
on
comment
iTunes.
us.
Yes.
iTunes, YouTube. Do it twice, 3 times,
Oh, and
4
some
times.
of you did put A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, and some of you did comment all the ridiculous stuff that I said to comment last week, and I love you guys
Yes.
for it. Y'all are
Please.
listening. I love it.
We love
Yes.
it, and make sure you do it again this week. We are reading it.
And we are
Love
very
you.
competitive, like we said last week.
Yes.
Just say something, anything.
And we need Vampire Diaries to be #1. Thank
Yes.
you. Peace.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.